Okay, boys and girls, welcome to Chapter 4. We're talking about slope-intercept form for Lesson 1 of Chapter 4. And it's super important, so let's make sure that you keep up. Pause if you need to. We're going to go through this fairly quickly. Slope-intercept form is a specific form. It's where we have y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. So we need to be able to identify those specific things from equations, from graphs, to be able to have things into our equation. So when we graph a line in slope-intercept form, we're going to start with the y-intercept and then graph the next point on the line using the slope. So in example 1, you guys can see that we have an equation. We're supposed to write an equation in slope-intercept form for a line with a slope of 1/4. And since m is slope, that means m is 1/4. And since our y-intercept is b, and b is -3, we'll be able to do this fairly easily. So I just plug those numbers into my y equals mx plus b form, and it's going to be a simple process. M is 1/4, x stays in the equation, and plus b is our -3. So this is our equation from this spot. Now our job is to be able to graph this information as well. So we take and we first graph our y-intercept first, which is going down 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we graph our slope, which is 1/4. Remember, slope is rise over run. So I go up 1 to the right 4. Up 1 to the right 4. Now I like you guys to please put your graphs all the way through the coordinate plane, so we're going to do the opposite too. The opposite of up is down, and the opposite of right is left. So we go down 1, left 4. Down 1, left 4. And we're going to do our best then to connect the dots. I'm going to do my best to connect the dots. You guys are going to use a ruler to connect the dots and make your arrows go all the way through the coordinate plane. On to our next problem. Sometimes we don't have a problem that is already in slope-intercept form, and we need to put it into slope-intercept form. So that's when we are going to solve for y, to put it into slope-intercept form. So to get this by ourselves, we have to first get rid of a 5x from both sides, and that gets me to have a 4y is equal to a -5x and plus an 8. Now to get the y by itself, I have this next step of dividing both sides entirely by 4. Now this means that this 4 is being divided here, and the 8 is also being divided by 4. So we get our final equation in slope-intercept form. Y is equal to a -5/4, because that doesn't simplify anymore, x, plus 2. Now with this being our equation, we can then use that to graph. So on our graph, we have a slope-intercept form, and our y-intercept being 2. So we're going to go up 2, and that's going to be our starting point. And then we will graph the slope of -5/4. So it's down 5, right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll follow that pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same thing, the opposite. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I'm asking you guys to please make sure that you put your dots connected. You'll use a ruler or a straight edge to make sure that they are nice and straight. On example 3, we don't have an x, it's just y equals a -7, so that would be the same thing if I put it into slope-intercept form. Y equals 0x is -7. So that's how I know that my m, my slope, is 0, which is going to tell me that I have a horizontal line. So we just have to find our y-intercept of -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we know it's going to be a horizontal line at -7. Because no matter what I plug into this equation for x, y will always be a -7. That's why it's a horizontal line. Now the opposite of that, or conversely, would be that if we have x equals -7, it would make a vertical line instead of a horizontal line, because x is always -7 no matter what. Alright, last one here. What is the equation of the line? We have to find the y-intercept, which is right here. So my b is at a negative 1, 2, 3. And then I just have to use this point and another point that crosses the grid perfectly, which looks like right here. And I'll be able to figure out what my m is equal to. So I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a 7/4, which makes the simple equation for us to write down y is equal to a 7/4 x plus b. B is a negative 3, and that is my equation. Remember, slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. It's on a poster around the room. You make sure you check it out. This is your assignment. Do work, kids. Do work. Check it out.